Another one, how do we bridge the gap with IT managers who resist AV on the network and AV integrators who are reticent to get involved? God, the network, that's a complicated... I don't know if anybody here has the unenviable task of managing all this stuff over a network. I don't know, but is this where the clash between AV and IT comes, and who sorts out the problems, and whose bailiwick is it?
To me, I'm most of my clients on projects, the money comes from the IT department.
Really?
And it's an education thing. I sit there and I tell them what is unique about needing to run audio streams through an IT network. And then from that position of knowledge, they can make a decision about whether they want to run it through their own network or whether we run our own discrete network. But I see my role is I'll educate them, I'll give them the facts, and then the decision could be pretty clear.
When you're talking about educating them, to whom are you referring?
The IT manager.
The IT manager, not the AV guy?
No. I'm coming at it because I'm the AV guy or the audio guy, so I know what's possible, I know what I need to do. All I'm doing is exploring the possibility of using my own infrastructure or the IT infrastructure.
Yeah, so if I can take that from a sort of a distribution point of view, so when we talk to our customers who are the system integrators, they might be an IT reseller and it might be an AV reseller, but that world is moving. We're now in the new world of AV. So our customers are actually a fusion of many different types of resellers. And very much now they're talking to the IT buyers, and it might be the AV manager as well. It could be the sales director with an organisation. It could be the CTO, the Chief Technology Officer. But the application remains the same. So what is it that they want to do? How do they want that delivered? Then gets to be a more complex conversation. And it's possibly between 2 or 3 different people within an organisation. So we're having many more conversations that involve different sets of skills, different sets of people into that ultimate decision onto what technology gets delivered.
Well, that's a question, isn't it? Skill sets.
Yeah.
And I do wonder where these skills are coming from. I mean, you've been talking about quite complex technical matters here. I mean, as a company, you're geared up to sort them out. But in a typical company, who has the complex audio, IT, and general AV skills to sort out complex problems that cross those boundaries? I mean, who does it tend to be?
In most cases they don't, which is why they employ external, consultants or integrators or whatever to help them with that.
There's normally an enthusiast. There'll be somebody that understands it, or perhaps has some kind of, domestic interest in all of this technology, and then perhaps it might lead on from there. But as Roland says, I mean, most companies are used to selling, Windows or nuts and bolts or, banking. AV isn't their industry or their skill set, so they bring people in to answer those questions. But I think there are more and more companies now that do have their own internal AV departments that are learning the skills, and through channels like this, that it's not a dark art anymore. People are able to go on the internet and actually learn more about the technologies and actually sort of advance their own knowledge. I think the people that stand the best advantage are those that are from more of an IP background, because that really is the sort of the tricky part to learn. Once you know that bit, adding the other bits to it, it's really, if you're coming from that angle, it's probably a little simpler. To come from a non sort of network IP background and then go into it, you probably stand more of a battle. But
see, I also see that from an AV point of view. So if you like that, our traditional world of AV resellers, very traditional set of skills, sitting audio visual, their recruitment drive now is not to recruit any more of those same types of people. They are actively recruiting skill sets that are different, so IP-based, IT-based employees, which is where they're building up those skills within that. And plus we're having a fusion of companies, so we've got a number of our clients that are working together within the same project. Some bring in IT skills, some bring in AV skills, which is fantastic. So and then they can future that project and deliver that out to a number of other clients as well. So it's all changing. That new world of AV is certainly happening now as we speak.
The problem we have with audio is sound is still magic. It isn't just technology. There's the human factor about how you perceive sound. There's the acoustics of the building, which is a completely different set of skills. And so whilst you can educate IT people onto the technology side about will those audio signals run down the network, it's a different skill set again, and one that you need to use less often, so you're less likely to employ that skill as a full-time person to discuss what surfaces the walls should be made of to make the conference room sound better, let alone getting into more complex things like how to mix a band or something like that.
No, as you're leading on to, sound intelligibility is something that involves everybody in the company. I mean, I suppose clearly it can be specialised as acoustics is, of course. For everybody I seem to meet at the moment has a physics degree and has become an acoustician. It's a fantastic job title. I don't really undervalue it, but I think suddenly we've discovered acoustics, I think, through buildings and so on, and everyone I meet is an acoustician at the moment, which is good and bad in a sense. But I do wonder whether they're thinking about the broader picture as well as acoustics. But as long as they're starting off the right way, aren't they? And they're looking at, and at least they're being valued, which is great.
Yeah, and the problem I have with people who come from a pure acoustics background is they know all the theory, but they don't have a lot of experience in actually applying that acoustics knowledge to real buildings, where you're arguing with the architect over where you can put the loudspeakers.
It's all about delivering the right technology in the right way, whether it be audio, visual, isn't it? Really, that's definitely an art. And I think we're sort of quite reactive in a way, aren't we? We have problems, we react to the problems, rather than thinking out the proper solution in the first place and decide, right, put all the technology to one side, and let's see how we can achieve a solution here regardless, rather than follow a slavish routine of what we think we should be doing. And that seems to be quite a common thing now and again, and then we tend to get in this rut of fixing problems if we prevent in the first place by proper planning we wouldn't have to do.